Okay, we're back. It's been a minute. Well, for us, it has been a minute. But I want to update y'all with what's been going on in our lives. So Heidi goes first because I feel like she had a pretty big thing happen recently. Tell us about it.
Well, I got married, so that was really cool. And just the weeks leading up to it was crazy. And and then we went on a honeymoon to Mexico, Playa del Carmen, for a couple days, and we scuba dived and snorkeled and just had a lot of fun. But Natalie has big news too.
Well, as you can see, we're in a little bit different of setup because we actually bought our first home.
Yay!
So we had to move our studio because it resides in my residence always. So
Yes. Which we are very appreciative.
We are very grateful.
But yeah, that's the update pretty much with everything.
Your update too.
Kim.
Okay, well, I guess Jeff and I are also buying up. We're not in it yet, so I feel like I can't say it.
You're basically there.
We're basically there, yeah. By the time this is uploaded, we'll probably be in. But yeah, that's
in a home.
in a home.
In a condo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they got
big news.
Yeah.
I'll be moving away from these folks just when this one moves back
I know.
to our stomping grounds.
Jeez.
But it's fine. It's fine. We're still going to do this, so.
We still get to see each other once a week.
Exactly.
At least.
At least, yes.
Hey everybody, you're listening to Siscussions with Heidi, Nat, and Kim.
We're three sisters who talk about anything and everything while playing trivia.
We can't promise we'll always stay on topic, but we can promise we'll always be safe for work. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode.
That being said, I wanted to do a comeback episode to have us come back
Strong.
running and doing it. So I
Saying we're still here. We're still doing it.
exactly. So we're gonna be talking about different comebacks that we joke comebacks and also movie comebacks, great comeback stories. And I wanted to talk about, because I googled this, what makes a good comeback story.
You're gonna discredit all of my thoughts.
No. I might not, because I was thinking this might help us know.
Generate.
So
some
the thing,
ideas.
the words I came up with were adversity, transformation, resilience, redemption, support, triumph, and it basically says overall a good comeback story evokes a range of emotions, offers valuable life lessons, and leaves the audience feeling inspired by the protagonist's journey of overcoming adversity and achieving success. So
You already discounted one of my ideas.
Oh, really? Oh, which one?
What's your idea?
So one of the first things I thought of, I was like, okay, comeback stories. I was like, Lord Voldemort.
What? Because he came back?
Worse.
Okay, listen. Is he not a comeback story?
No, that is true.
I mean,
That
he
is
did
true.
come
He
back.
died. He flippin' died, was gone, okay?
But he didn't
And
really
then
die.
he worked himself back
Yeah.
throughout the years, and then he
He
came
had
back, built an army.
Adversity.
He did.
I
He
mean,
triumphed
Harry
for
Potter.
a little bit. He triumphed for a while. He had some triumphs.
It's a good one. It's
I
true.
mean-
You're not wrong.
So I don't feel like that's necessarily wrong.
It's not. Yeah,
It's not
wrong.
really inspiring.
What? It's still a
it does-
comeback story.
It evokes emotion. It's wow, scary.
Yeah. So I don't think you're wrong. I'll count that. Voldemort is a good.
I was just why? Why did I think of that?
See,
as,
I
one
thought
my
of things
first
like The Blind Side.
Oh, I love that movie.
Him overcoming all that adversity and
But
eventually being a
did he
super
really have
successful NFL player.
a comeback story, though?
Yeah, he was a homeless child,
That's
Oh,
a pretty
okay, I
big
guess.
comeback.
and
I don't know.
weren't there drugs involved? I don't know. I just assume every sports story has that as part homeless, and there's drugs, and then they become the champion at the end.
Yeah.
And that's what matters.
Yeah.
So
What's that one movie where it's about the U.S. hockey team like right after
Miracle.
Miracle. Oh, that's a good
The true
one.
story, yeah.
Yeah, that
I
one
haven't
makes me.
seen that one.
That one makes me cry.
Colton was actually upset with me of how many of the like motivational sports movies I hadn't seen because last night we were talking about this and he was like, I can't even. I'm like, sorry.
What other
worth
ones
it.
have you not
It's really
seen?
good.
Have you seen The Karate Kid?
Yeah, but here's
Okay.
the thing. I don't really enjoy The Karate Kid. And which he was also getting mad at me because he was like, you don't... I'm like, I like it, but I just feel like it's so hyped up that it like annoys me because everybody's always talking about The Karate Kid. And I'm like, enough! Like, the dude chopped the other guy. Like, let's move on. Like...
I'm hurt. It's fine. It's fine. No, because that was the first one I came up with was The Karate Kid because it's such
I mean,
a good
it is a
comeback.
good one. Colt was like, what's better than like the kid coming back and he gets to like beat up the bully? I was like,
Exactly.
somebody beating up two bullies.
Oh my gosh. You're
No.
not getting the idea.
I love Mr. Miyagi though and his little
Mr.
bonsai
Miyagi.
trees that he gets to take care of.
Have you guys seen what is that like sandwich shop on State Street and it says like all our employees are trained by Mr. Miyagi and I was like, oh my, see it's just out of control. Like
See, that's how I feel about The Office. Out of control fandom. Out of control. The Karate
Literally,
Kid is just
everybody's
funny.
like, you know, season 2, episode 4, and they're like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like insane.
it is insane.
I can't.
No, but like even like watching like years and years ago watching Dancing with the Stars with Mom, the what's his name, Ralph
Machio.
Macchio was on there and they had like this dance that was all Karate Kid and I was like, oh, like I was just dying. I was like, stop.
I thought you were gonna say that mom had like a crush on him because he was a big '80s
Mom likes it. I mean, what's that show that is it Cobra Kai that's kind
Oh,
of like
yeah.
off that? Mom loves that show. I haven't.
So do I think it's
watched it.
fun.
Yeah.
But again, I was a Karate Kid fan.
Maybe I just need to watch it again. I think.
I never tried.
Oh, you did.
I don't know. I just.
So you've never seen him?
I have seen Karate Kid,
I don't know.
but
Just
it's just not my favorite.
something about
Trivia.
his little hop just like makes me cringe. Like,
When his leg is freaking broken? Gee, I wonder why he's hopping.
Because he was hurt, not.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I hate that
God.
about that movie. That he was just
Man, he sucks.
suffering the
Should've
whole
walked it off.
Walk it off. Grow up.
Oh,
Rub some
no.
dirt in it.
And then they come out with the Karate Kid with Jaden Smith. Like, oh my goodness, what was the song that was like went viral from that movie?
Oh, the one with Justin Bieber.
yeah, what's
that
the one with
one's
Justin Bieber and
actually
Jaden Smith?
good.
Yeah, what is it though?
Never say never.
Yeah, oh my gosh, and that was
Never
like
say
circulating
never.
forever. And
Oh my gosh.
But his rap, I'm here for it. I
It's
thought it
pretty
was a good song.
I mean, speaking of another Jaden Smith movie, one of the comeback stories,
Pursuit of
obviously, The
Happiness.
Pursuit of
Pursuit of
Happiness.
Happiness.
Like that one is really good.
I've never seen it.
It
It will make you cry.
Everybody
Yeah,
says
it
that it will
hurts.
make me sob, and
Yeah,
I
it
was like,
hurts.
I don't know if I want to right now. Then I'd rather be happy.
Yeah,
So.
that's fair. All right, pause for a second. We're gonna do our first trivia question. I'll go before I lose it. Okay, what was the first full-length Disney film that used computer animation?
computer animation.
Think about it for a second.
Snow White.
Like, think Pixar.
Toy Story.
Oh, computer animation.
Toy Story?
It was Toy Story. What made you think of that?
I don't know. I remember reading that somewhere that Toy Story was like the first
You're
because I
so
remember
smart.
watching like one of those videos where they like talk about it. I think it was like a documentary on.
Where they like it
Disney
comes at
Plus
the
or
end
something.
or whatever. Because like a lot of times those movies like at the end they put in like, oh, like this is how we made the movie.
Oh yeah,
or
yeah.
Whatever.
I think it was probably one of those.
I think we.
I watch Disney movies probably a lot more than you guys do, so it's just it's
I
more
wonder
recent.
why.
Yeah, I
Just
know.
kidding.
Right. I'm not complaining.
Hey, you know what? I catch Jeff sometimes he's got like The Incredibles queued up. Or like he's been working on Coco recently.
Really?
I love Coco.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's cute.
It's a good one. I didn't like it the first time I watched it.
Well, every time I watch Encanto, I just cry. So I literally cry through the entire movie. Like I don't know why. It just is like emotional to me.
Yeah.
Can we count Encanto as a comeback story for Mirabel?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did she overcome adversity? Yeah.
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 Is it inspiring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's count it.
Let's talk about her for a second. Because like she really is like she went to go get her gift and then the door just like decides not to give it to her, and she's just over here like, I'm gonna make sure that my family is happy and that they like shine and blah blah blah, even if I don't have it. And yes, she has her moment of, why don't I have a gift? I want one so bad. But like in the end, she's more like helping her family like grow into their role rather than be mad at them for like having one, and she didn't.
She like made her lack of a gift. She like made her own gift of like being a mirror, and she would just like everybody's else's light. She would just like shine it everywhere else.
Because you need that person. But yeah, her abuelita is the worst person because she's just like, oh well, I don't want the same thing to happen to this kid that happened to Mira. But like, grow up, abuela.
Abuela. But like, I mean, yeah, if you haven't seen our episode on like Disney, what is it? Was it the Hot Disney Dads episodes where we talked about villains? Kim listed the Abuela as like one of the worst villains.
Well, I think it's true. I mean, like, she did have like a redemption at the end. Yeah. Somewhat.
But like, I was gonna say, that's what I just think is so, I think that's what's so touching about Mirabel's character is like, they have no control if they get a gift or not. But what she did have control over was how she was going to react to that and like move forward with that. And she did it so well.
Yeah. My thing is, like, why didn't they just like upgrade her room instead of putting her in the nursery? Why didn't they like give her her own room?
Like change. I mean, things were happening unexpectedly. Why didn't they like change a few things to go along with that? Yeah, I don't know.
I have a lot of questions with that movie still, but it was good. Like I said, I love it. My mom feels like her culture was represented well, even with the guilt and shame that comes with the older generations of Hispanics. I feel like they showed that very well. I'm like, like it was very good. Like it was a really good retelling or telling of a story about that part of the world.
I want to be like Mirabel, like just her like uplifting spirit instead of being angry. Because like if I were me, I'd be so pissed. I'd be so mad. Yeah. But anyway.
Anyway. But yeah. Just been watching Coco and I love that movie.
That's a good one.
I'm a fan.
Redemption? His grandfather?
Yeah, that is very true. He does kind of come back and make some good decisions. And,
Whoa, already.
All right, I'll
it's
go
just
next.
Popping. Stop.
Okay.
Please.
As for my shirt, what is Robert Pattinson's net worth?
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
So net worth is like what they've invested in? Is that what net worth is? I think that's what it is.
It's
or is it like everything?
I haven't
like
thought
all
about
their
it too
assets?
hard. Yeah, it's just like if they died, like this is how much money.
Can we guess before we know the multiple choice?
Oh, I can't guess. I don't know. I'm so bad at knowing these things.
6 million.
No.
Was I close?
No.
Oh. Is it more?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's
right. Harry Potter, Twilight, Batman.
He literally has like expanded his career exponentially since Batman.
That's true.
Or since Twilight.
I mean, Tenet too.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, all right. Multiple choice. Give us the multiple choice. We need it.
125 million.
Wow, I was really off.
150 million. 75 million. 100 million.
125. Final answer.
Yeah.
The higher one.
150?
170. What was it?
It's 150.
Oh, 150.
It's 100.
Oh.
It's 100 million.
Okay, that's still impressive. Yeah. That's pretty good.
It is. He's the highest paid.
Only 100 million. Oh,
you could do better, Robert.
I know.
Come on,
in this economy, that's he's 2 million.
Compared to all his like Twilight stars, that whatever, he's paid more than they are, and he's actually like continued his career in like a better direction than anybody else.
That's true.
Like,
we love Robert.
He came back.
Talk about a comeback story.
Yeah, seriously, that dude could have been the Twilight sad story forever. But he came back. He did.
Yeah. Well, one person that like isn't, it's not a movie character, but like a person in real life is Robert Downey Jr.
Dude, like, Colton literally went off about this last night.
Yeah.
He's like, you want to talk about a comeback story? He's like, Iron Man. I was like, oh yeah, like when he's in the cave. And he's like, no, Robert Downey Jr. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but still, Iron Man too.
No,
like,
really though.
Yeah.
But Robert Downey Jr. went through a lot and then like got himself in a lot of trouble and then like turned himself back into this like multi-millionaire. Like
did.
what? Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because he got his life back on track and like went with it and went for it. I don't know how he landed the roles he did, but because he's good.
Colt said that
don't know.
Mel Gibson gave him like a shot
Another
in
shot?
one of his movies, and then that kind of led to a few other movies, which then led to Iron Man.
Wow. See, it only takes one person to like encourage.
There's a movie I just saw with him, the young Robert Downey Jr., with Molly Ringwald. It's an 80s movie, but the name is escaping me. But he's basically like a pickup artist. Maybe that's the name of the movie, The Pickup Artist. But he's like really good at picking up women, and his voice is the same. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I love him.
Oh, he's getting old too, and it's making me so
He's
sad.
60. I know, I saw a TikTok that said like he's 60 years old, and I was like, no, I'm not ready.
I'm like, one day the nation is just gonna cry because he's just gonna be, gone, and everybody's gonna be sad. Just like what's his name, Alan Rickman.
Oh,
That was a sad day. I still remember what year he died. 2016. So weird, right?
You remember where you were when you found out?
No. No.
what a legend! What a legend!
Yeah.
Legend.
Anyway.
Rip. Yeah.
Who else has another comeback?
I mean, I thought of like Disney ones.
Same. Rapunzel.
Rapunzel's a good one. No, it really is. Tangled is a comeback story.
She literally like gets kidnapped and then
I
comes
thought
back.
maybe you were going to talk about like Eugene.
Oh.
No.
You see, there's so many characters.
There's a lot in that film. Then let me tell you, being around Heidi has shown me that movie has layers.
It does.
It's got. Like, we could probably have a whole episode dissecting Tangled.
Why don't we? I will lead that one.
All right, we'll have Mandy Moore guest star on
my
the
Oh,
podcast.
please.
Oh, I wish.
I love her. No, but I thought of
Or
like
Zachary Levi.
like The Lion King.
Yeah.
Simba, like he left because he thought that he had murdered his dad, and then he comes back. I'm not gonna spoil it in case people are like living under a rock. It's been out for like 30 plus years, but
No spoilers here.
no spoilers here. Even though we spoil a lot of things. No, but yeah, I thought of The Lion King. I thought of Mulan. Like Mulan's one of my favorite comeback stories. This is a controversial one in this group, The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I mean, the comeback story is not that controversial, but the actual liking of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just disagree on how we feel
I've only seen
about
it
it.
one time, so I honestly don't know.
Yeah, that's all I needed.
I
one
saw
time.
a video of because they're doing it at Tuacahn this summer.
Really?
And I saw a video of them doing like a rehearsal just of the singing, and I told Jeff, I was like, we have to go. And he was like, why? But I was like, no, I want to go because the music in that movie just like, oh, it's just so
God
good.
bless the Outcast.
And
That's a good song.
Just all of it out there. But yeah, specifically, I thought of Quasimodo, but there's also like Esmeralda's comeback story where she's like written off as a gypsy and like comes back from that, and then Quasimodo is just the main
Comeback story.
comeback story there because yeah, he was told that he was worthless because of how he looked, and yeah, it's just really sad.
That's true.
But I feel like that movie has one of the most ruthless villains too. So talk about adversity. That guy just used like religion as a weapon, and it was like it's pretty deep. Like as an adult, I'm like
that's why I hate it. It just religion is something that I care so deeply about that the fact that he like uses that in that way, it just bothers me so much. I think that's partly why I just hate that movie.
So could we say that like America has its own comeback story?
Oh.
With this 4th of July season?
I mean, obvi.
I mean, yeah, I watched Hamilton. I know history.
I know
because it's so accurate.
It like isn't accurate with the timeline, but the gist.
Yeah.
They
the
got it
idea.
right. The idea of it all. No, America. Oh, I need to have these shorter. My B. Okay, thank you. Stop, please. Okay. Are you ready for another trivia question? Should I just do that again?
What?
Oh yeah. I can do it. Sorry. Yes. I have a trivia question.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, she has a card.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's do it.
Okay. What is the smallest country in the world? Is it A? I don't know how to say it. Luxembourg? Luxembourg? That. B, the Vatican City. C, Palau. Or D, San Marino?
I've never heard of any of
It's
those.
got about the Vatican. Because it's its own little... I forget that the Vatican is like Washington, D.C. of Italy. Because the Vatican has made...
It's its own country?
Yeah, it's technically its own thing. But I don't know if it's Vatican City. Is that considered... I think it is considered a country. I think they have their own
District
currency.
Columbia.
I'm going to say Vatican. The Vatican.
It is the Vatican City. Yeah, I didn't know that. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know a lot about the Pope because on my mission, we were teaching this Italian lady, and she just loved that our church leaders meet with the Pope regularly.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if you guys know
yeah.
that. Like our church meets with other church leaders internationally, but the Pope specifically, and she just raved about him. I'm like, cool, very Italian of you to just rave about the Pope. So yeah, we had to find magazines that our church produced that talked about Vatican City. That's the only reason I know. Because we had to relate everything back to yeah, it's all connected. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's why I know that. So I have to justify myself. But anyway, okay. So I tried to also, it was so hard not to think of sports comeback stories.
Yeah.
So I even Googled non-sports comeback stories. And you know what the first thing that came up was?
What?
The Devil Wears Prada.
No, really.
And I had to sit with that for a sec because I was like, how? But thinking about Andy, the main character, who goes through her struggle, finds this job that is just a bounce off job basically for what she actually wants to do.
Yeah.
And then her going through that, getting so consumed by that job, and then taking a step back and realizing at the end that that's not what she wanted to do. She did not want to turn into that. And I feel like she had to come back from who she was in the beginning. So in the beginning, she was herself, and then she lost herself, and then she finds herself again. Because I was like,
But
Devil Wears Prada.
kind of a better version of herself.
Yeah. Coming out stronger, and yeah.
I mean, similarly, I thought of Legally Blonde. Because,
Good one.
she just straight up becomes this, bad A
Lawyer.
just to, spite a guy, kind of. Well, to get him back, but then to kind of spite him.
Well, yeah, and then in the end, she's even better than he is.
Yeah.
Well, think about how smart she had to be, academically to even get into Harvard.
Yeah.
She's just what? It's hard?
Yeah.
I love that.
I love that
line.
so much. Her outfits just kill me. I just love her.
Because nobody trusts a dumb blonde, but then she's like, actually, I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
I just like what I like, you
Yeah.
know?
And her commitment to proving people wrong is very inspiring. Because how often in history have we all not just women but people in general just been put down because, oh no, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it, and then she just says, you know what, no, I can, I'm gonna stand up for myself. And
not only that, her
prove everyone
friends in her fraternity were yeah, you get it, you go, and they're just cheering her on, and then she's just does it,
even not understanding fully anything what's going on in the courtroom. They were there. Yeah, I thought that was really it's just one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
It's a comfort movie of
That's
mine.
good.
Yeah, I made Jeff watch that one early on in our relationship. I was like, if you're gonna be together, you have to watch this. And so,
did you guys think of any mean comebacks?
for jokes.
Joke
Oh
comebacks?
yes, I did. I thought of a couple. I'm gonna tag our brother Cameron in this one. Even though I hate when he does this, I just can't be mad when he's like, "Who asked?" Whenever anyone says anything he doesn't want to hear about it, he's just like, "Who asked?" And I love that. I just think it's so funny. I also wrote down yo mama jokes. I don't know why.
No, wait. What did Cam say last night when we were playing golf? He was because mom totally just didn't give him the card he needed, and then we were joking about it, and we're like, what are you gonna do now? And he was like, get a new mom.
He was funny last night. It was a funny crap.
Oh my gosh.
The
Oh
roller coaster
my
he went
gosh.
through in that game.
So when I used to work at Help Cloud, aka where I met my husband, there was this guy in our office that had like this sign on his desk that said, "Everybody brings joy to the office. Some when they come in, and others when they leave." And I thought it was so funny.
That's so clever. What's one that I saved that I thought was just so fun? Okay, it's this one. If I wanted to hear from an idiot, I would have asked for your opinion. That's a good one.
Oh man.
I'm like so bad. I'm that person that in the moment I don't say anything, but then later on, like at night, I'm up. I'm like, I should.
I know, right?
Like,
Well, I think that's why I like Gilmore Girls so much, is because Lorelai, her comebacks are just like it's the things that you would think of hours later. Obviously,
Yes.
it's because she's a written character, but like just if you could have that ability to just like say those things that you think of later,
well, she's so quick-witted,
she's so funny.
and yeah,
This isn't even like really a good like comeback, like a burn, but it's just like her comeback of response of like, I don't know why, it's just the funniest thing to me when when they're at dinner with Emily and Richard and she's like picking out the avocado and Emily's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm picking out the avocado." And she's like, Since when do you not like avocado?" And she's like, "Since I said, ew, what is this?" And you said avocado. I don't know, just she cracks me up.
I love her. Underrated character for sure.
So I have, too bad you can't Photoshop your ugly personality.
Oh man.
I thought that one was
Oof,
hilarious.
That's brutal.
Dang. Burn.
And then I'll never forget the first time we met. I'll keep trying.
Jeez. Yeah, I wasn't good at, again, because I'm really bad at coming up with these things. So yeah, I
I
struggled
kind of
with
just
the
looked
comeback
up
joke.
some ideas. To be honest, they're not my own ideas. I will say that, but I thought they were funny.
Yeah. That's why I had to throw in Cameron's Who Asked, because I was like, that one always gets me. And I don't like when he does that.
Takes me off. I hate when he says that. When I'm not in the right mood and he keeps doing it.
I know, I really thought we were going to lose him last night in the game of golf, but because he was 9 points away at the end, I
Yeah.
think he was fine.
He had a pretty good comeback stories. We're talking about comeback.
Yeah, come on.
He had a pretty good comeback in that game.
Oh
not
my
gonna
Yeah,
lie.
Nat was like 50 plus points ahead of us, and he needed to have like a really low scoring thing and her having a high scoring thing, and he pulled it out somehow. Pulled it off. That's what I meant. But, all right. Let's just end on our random trivia question. So what we've done is we've asked our husbands to write a question. Jeff wrote it on a sticky note. We don't know what this question is. I don't know what it is. We don't know the answer. I actually don't know. Hold on. He did tell me how he did this. Okay. Question and answer are in here. So let me try to block what it is. Okay. I'm just going to read it. All right. Who was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize?
Marie Curie.
A. Marie Curie. Curie? Is that how you say it? Rosa
Marie
Parks,
Curie. I don't know how to say it.
Amelia Earhart, or Indira Gandhi?
And then the way we're doing this is we have to come to a consensus, right?
Yeah.
And then if we get it wrong,
You have a punishment.
we have to. This time we decided the next episode we record, we're going to record it with one of our eyelids taped shut.
Yeah.
So,
But, okay, looking at this list, it doesn't specify what kind of Nobel Prize. So very well could
the first
be
woman?
Marie Curie. I think it is
I think
Marie.
it is her.
I think it is her. Do you feel good about that? Let's look at the different options. Rosa Parks, great woman. Don't know if she won.
I don't think she ever won anything.
Maybe she did, but it was like the Nobel Peace Prize. But I think that came later
But
on.
she also was like, she was like
After Marie Curie's time.
mid 1900s, right?
Amelia
like,
Earhart, and then Gandhi's wife, I assume.
no, I don't think so.
Don't think so.
I think it's Marie Curie because she
A?
did
Do you feel good
Didn't
about
she
A?
do like the
Plus, like
like
Amelia
with temperature
Earhart
or something?
wouldn't have even been around to like collect her thing.
Oh yeah. Do they give like deceased people
I don't know,
Nobel
because
prizes?
I didn't think they
Do
gave.
they do that post mortem or whatever you call it?
They have to. I feel like they have to if they find out something. I don't know how it works though.
If they like
Wait, what is it called?
Figure out that-
Posthumous
Posthumous.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
Posthumously.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it's Marie Curie.
All right.
I don't know what she did,
Marie
but
Curie.
that like.
She worked with like
Some-
radiation. She actually
Yeah,
died.
yeah,
Oh yeah. Then it probably is her.
All right.
I think
Do you
so.
feel good about it? All right. The answer was Marie Curie.
I must have read that somewhere because as soon as you read that question, it was like Marie Curie.
Good job, Jeff. You like had the question on one side and then the answer.
Perfect. Yeah, that's how I wanted it.
What a cutie.
Perfect.
Yay.
Yay.
We have evaded our eyelids being Thanks for listening to Siscussions. Hit the little camera icon and follow us on Instagram at Siscussions Podcast to stay updated on all things Heidi, Nat, and Kim. And don't forget to catch us on next week's episode.